Panginoon ng sinukob, alay namin ang aming buhay bilang alagad ng iyong bayan. Tulungan mo kaming maging tapat sa panunungkulan.
Naming lahat ang tukso ng yaman, iwasin mo kami sa kasakiman, batid na
opening remarks, let us all welcome Cecile Guidote Alvarez, President Emeritus of International Theater Institute, Philippine Center.
Good evening, mabuhay, and to all of our delegates, both from other continents, from all over the world, plus our own family of artists in the Philippine Center of the International Theater Institute. Welcome. This is our concluding event after a most fruitful encounter with our delegates coming from the academe, artists, communicators. We have had some scientists even in the global forum that was held at Philippine Normal University, and it was hosted by the president, President Tuga. And also because we have wonderful partners to have accomplished this festival. As you know, we were at Fort Santiago, and it was a wonderful moment to sort of give it some life after being in hibernation, especially because of COVID. And then we also, our international artists went into the Metropolitan Theater in liaison with the National Commission for Culture and the Arts, which is headed by Director Nick Lisaso. And we also, of course, would like to acknowledge the support of the Senate, which is headed by Senate President Tito Soto, hosted by the City of Manila, endorsed by the Department of Foreign Affairs Secretary, and welcomed by the Office of the President, also through its Communications Office. This SDGs, Sustainable Development Goals, Resiliart, Earth-Saving event is composed of many, well, sectors, as you would say. One was, of course, the workshops for, we call cultural caregiving for marginalized groups, which was held in prison, held for indigenous communities, held for persons with disabilities, even with frontliners, to help them since even if they're serving so hard and so well, they had some mental discombobulation because of the overwork that they had to face, especially during the surge of COVID. So amidst all the obstacles of COVID, and this has been postponed for 2 years, it was supposed to be held May 2020, and organized by the Philippine Center of the International Theater Institute, particularly the Social Change Network, and as well as the Earth Savers, honored as UNESCO Artists for Peace. We had many partners, both locally as well as internationally. Our international partners was led by the South-South Cooperation Council, which is present here now. Its chairman, Victor Seebeck. Of course, we're also acknowledging our local government partners. Besides NCCA, of course, we also had the Department of Education, DFA, particularly UNACOM and UNIO, being under UNESCO patronage, and of course also DILG. And all of our problems with visas, we had to deal with immigration, IATF, including defense, NICA, and we're so glad that they are all here and you saw them for tonight in very short moments of spontaneous cross-cultural collaborative efforts like the prayer hymn, and then you also saw what was directed at Fort Santiago, at Tertulia, as well as different women actresses interpreting dramatic monologues for women. And then we also had just this afternoon the agony, death, and resurrection of the forests and the seas, which is interlinked with the Calvary of Christ. But what was most significant, and you'll see some of the what you call encounters or synergy and collaboration. It's forthcoming. You saw it in the prayer for blessings, for guidance from divine providence to succeed in our common dream of actualizing the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, Agenda 2030, particularly the crisis, not just of COVID, not just of conflicted areas, but the climate catastrophe, which can really, as the report just came out, and there is a passionate call for decarbonization, or the overheating of the earth will really allow the annihilation of mankind and our common home, the earth. So you will see this in all of their passionate artistic expressions. So we'd like to welcome you all, and we'll start with the program.
Every Filipino access to the resources and services.
Global best practices have been shared and adopted.
Let us always ignite the spirit of bayanihan, malasakit, and civic unity.
We also have to prioritize the digital transformation of our education sector and the closing of the digital divide.
We continue to support the fulfillment of these Sustainable Development Goals through strategic thinking.
Maintenance of peace and combating climate change are critical issues of our time.
We will respect diversity in all its forms and strive to protect it.
We maintain a culture of being matino, mahusay, at maaasahan in our endeavors.
We laud the Philippine Center of the International Theater Institute and the ITI Earth Savers UNESCO Dream Center for this remarkable recognition of our modern-day artists and cultural workers.
To protect the welfare of people and the planet, and to promote world peace and prosperity through partnerships.
Amid the pandemic that continue to pose challenges in our lives, art and media remain as thriving platforms for both the public and private sectors to call for positive change and solidarity.
As chairperson of both the Committee on Agriculture and the Committee on Environment and Climate Change, I welcome initiatives like this which help us focus on achieving our targets under the SDGs and in raising awareness on the impact of climate change.
We need to pay attention on one human characteristic. It's called respect.
Bringing people together, inspiring, soothing, and sharing, these are the powers of art.
Together, culture and education provide better opportunities. It is our responsibility to meet expectations, and we must do everything to strengthen the ties that bring humanity together.
The civil society in Serbia and Kosovo continues with their efforts to promote peace, tolerance, and stability, and reconciliation.
There is a need to solidify all our efforts through arts and culture.
We worked devotedly to utilize all aspects of the arts.
Dear Mrs. Guidote Alvarez, ladies and gentlemen, the adoption of the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development in 2015 heralded a paradigm shift, both in national sustainable development policy and international cooperation. More and more nations have put measures in place to achieve the 17 Global Sustainable Development Goals. After all, in our closely interconnected world, every country shares responsibility for achieving greater sustainability. It is therefore imperative that we take steps on all political levels. Sustainability means only cutting down as much timber as can grow again. It means living from the yield and not from the substance. In terms of society, it means that each generation must resolve the challenges it's facing rather than passing them on to the generation that comes. The guiding principles on which Germany's national sustainability strategy is built are intergenerational equity, quality of life, social cohesion, and global responsibility. Culture plays an important role in this, for informational and educational purposes, obviously, but also to heighten awareness for this important topic that concerns us all. We would like to thank the organizers of the Manila SDG Resiliart Festival for shining the light on this very important topic. And since we talk about global responsibility, please allow me to finish with a few sentences on another topic. With this war of aggression against Ukraine, Russia is breaking with the most fundamental rules of the international order. At times like these, the international community needs to take a firm stand. The choice is clear: defend peace or tolerate aggression. Take action against an illegal invasion or turn a blind eye. The embassies of Germany, Australia, Canada, Ireland, and the delegation of the European Union to the Philippines have declared this week, April 1 to 7, Solidarity with Ukraine Week, to demonstrate our unwavering support for Ukraine and Ukrainians, and that we stand with Ukraine. Thank you very much.
To give us a glimpse of the Manila SDG events, let us all witness the highlights prepared by Pixel Art, headed by CJ Andaluz.
We are all together joining the United Nations call for a global ceasefire and for emergency climate action to save our ailing Mother Earth. That is heroism. And everybody who will be partaking in this effort will really be our heroes amidst this pandemic.
This is the second press conference. Ilang tulog na lamang po at December 2 na. Doon po magsisimula itong ating SDG or Sustainable Development Goal Resiliart Earth-Saving Event. Sa pamamagitan ng sining ay atin pong may tatanghal ang kahalagahan ng ating pakikibaka upang sa ganon ang ating mundo ay maging kaigay-gaya na tirhan for the world to be a better place to live in.
In 2011, when the former UNESCO Secretary General Irina Bokova visited the Philippines, and we awarded her in PNU honoris causa Doctor of Humanity. Since then, PNU has become very active in the promotion of first the Millennium Development Goals in the 2015. But after the 2015 agenda, UNESCO released its 2030 agenda we called Sustainable Development Goals.
Lumaki tayo sa isang sistemang ang kultura raw at ang sining ay extracurricular activity. Kaya noon pa, ang ating bansa ay nahihirapang sumulong sapagkat katawan lamang ang isinusulong forward at iniiwan ang kaluluwa. Ang kaluluwa, ang sining at kultura na siyang ginagawa naming gamot para ma-mend ang mga broken spirits. At paano namin ginawa ito? Ang unang objective na ginawa namin sa mga prison ay ipa-realize sa kanila bakit broken ang kanilang spirits.
Well, yung mga workshops, mga technical na pag-aaral yan. Pero ang buod ay sining. Kung paanong sining ay magiging paraan upang makatulong sa pagpapaunlad ng ating mundo.
Ang comics ay ibibilang natin sa mga programa ng pagpaparating sa masa ng ating mga mensahe. At doon nga po, i-define ang comics bilang the illustrated theater of the world.
It is so important to emphasize that at many events which talk about things such as sustainable development goals, you will never see the work at the grassroots level, such as we have just seen done in prisons with a person with in disabilities and also in hospitals. So I think the great thing about this initiative, thanks to Cecile Guidotte Alvarez and her large team, that we are actually going to not only make difference on the ground and prove how this can be done, but also serve as a very powerful reminder to our brothers and sisters in other parts of the developing world, in Latin America, and the Caribbean, and Africa, and also in the Middle East.
How will the LGUs figure in these projects? Is there a point person for the local government?
Alam po ninyo, itong kasama po namin si Senator Joey Lina ay kasapi po sa local government code na nabuo kung saan ang kultura ay mahalagang sangkap na ipinatutupad dapat ng local government.
Watch out for updates on our activities. Our foreign delegates will start coming in on the 1st of December, and we are expecting participation for 27 countries. And of course, the interaction of our local artists and performing groups, as well as our speakers in the forum at the Senate on December 6 and 7. Again, see us at manilasdgevent.info for more information. Thank you very much.
paano na ang comics ay naging bahagi ng International Theatre Institute, UNESCO, at ito'y naging bahagi ng mga programa. Balikan natin sandali yung nangyaring kauna-unahang 31st Congress sa Pilipinas. Tayo ang host ng kongresong iyon na noon lang ginawa sa labas ng Europa at Amerika. At doon nga, pinag-usapan ang pagbibigay halaga sa iba't ibang medium ng communication. At itong comics ay napabilang sa nabanggit. Comics, sabi pa nila, is globally recognized. Sa Amerika, sa Europe, at sa ASEAN. At si Ma'am Cecil, na may mapaka-metikulosong pagtingin pagdating sa sining, ay nagsabi na ang comics sa Pilipinas ay very powerful pagdating sa effectivity ng communication. At katunayan, ang comics dito sa Pilipinas ay tanggap bilang isa sa kultura natin.
So, learning is different from each one of us. And because we are different in terms of learning capacity and learning attitude, we should be using different media. And comics, I think, will be one of the best media to be used because this, while reading comics, like what people said, this is like theater in another form. However, because you are reading this in silence, the more you introspect, the more you think, the more you plan, and the more you can connect and check your behavior, how can you be part of the attainment of the goals of the SDGs?
At yung mga delegado, unanimous sa kanilang reaction na talagang ang comics ay very effective. At bumanggit pa nga sila ng nakakatuwa. At sabihin na natin may kaunting interest na extraordinary dahil sinabi nila, kung ganun, sabi nung isang taga-Austria, we have to invite Superman and Batman and other superheroes. Ayun na, doon na nagkaroon na ng chain reaction na gano'n ang power ng comics. Kapag sinuri natin ang gawang comics, ang likhang sining sa comics, ay makikita natin ang mensahe nito. Kung alin ang totoo, kung alin ang maganda, at kung alin ang handang makipag-ugnayan sa tao. Mabibigyan natin halimbawa, yung ating mga dakilang manunulat, o mga legend From, sabihin natin, Larry Alcala, national artist sa comics, at si Mr. Tonio Velasquez, na father of the comics industry. Yung mga gawa nila, may humor for entertainment, pero may mensahe ang mga dialogue.
Tayong mga Pilipino, paano ba tayo magkakaroon ng magandang pakikipagkomunikasyon sa mga tao dito sa nasa grassroots level? Kailangan may visual. Kailangan may nababasa. Kailangan makulay. Kailangan interesting. At pag tiningnan natin yung 17 goals na yon, isang part na napaka-importante at paulit-ulit na sinasabi sa target ay kailangan magkaroon ng transfer of learning, ng transfer of principles, ng transfer of goals. Because goals will just be there when not acted upon on. At tayo bilang mga Pilipino na likas na mahilig magbasa, makita ang makukulay na art forms, magandang avenue or paraan ang comics para maiparating sa kanila ang mensahe ng 17 goals at paano ito maa-attain.
Ang comics bilang isang communicator ay inilalarawan na itong programa na ito ng United Nations na nakalagay nga malinaw, clean water and sanitation, climate action, life below water, no to poverty, decent work and economic growth, sustainable cities and communities. Yung mga programang dapat talagang taglayin ng mga tao sa puso ay tinatalakay ng comics sa paraang casual lang. Casual pero very effective.
we always say that art is universal. It transcends all genders, all ages. It transcends all religious beliefs and culture. So pag sinabi po natin na kailangan maiparating ang ating mensahe, lalo na kung paano ma-attain yung targets na to, ng 17 goals na ito, at ginamit natin ang art form tulad nga ng comics, ito ay hindi lamang para sa bata, kundi maging sa matatanda. So kailangan ang mensahe base sa talas at taas ng kaisipan ng bumabasa ay dapat naaayon. Kapag ang comics ay nag-i-illustrate na pinag-uusapan ang isa sa mga goals ng SDGs, example po ng isa dito ay yung pagkakaroon ng equality sa gender, for example, or pangangalaga sa ating kalikasan, or pangangalaga sa yamang dagat, ang pakikipagtalastasan, nakaka-relate po yung mga tao sa ganitong pamamaraan.
Bilang illustrated theater of the world, ang comics ay ginawang bahagi ng programa na pag inalis mo, mapipingasan. Dahil ang comics ay isa sa medium na nakapagsasarili ng halimbawa na drawing na, pinakalat mo na, nakatatayong mag-isa ang comics. Hindi kinakailangan ng may magpapaliwanag pa na ito ang isang comics na illustrated theater. Makikita ka agad na illustrated theater ang comics. At ito, dahil nga nakadefine na illustrated theater, ay pinapanood na para kang nakatingin sa isang teatro.
And my message to the peoples of the world is to take active part in attaining these goals, in making people aware of these goals. Call on your LGUs, call your friends, call your co-workers and colleagues. Let them be challenged to take part because we cannot do this alone. One country cannot get and attain the goals of these SDGs alone. The whole world community, the international community, should work hand in hand.
Sa ngayon, masasabi natin na ang comics ay dormant nga, wala nga ngayong publisher. Pero para sa mga kabataan, kung ano man ang hawak nilang medium of entertainment, libangan na kanilang binabasa, ay sikapin nilang paghusayin yon, maging maingat. In short, few words, ay makakommunicate ka ng marami. At ang mga bata natututod yan.
Problems will always be there. Challenges will always be there. SDGs will be seen by people as part of an ocean of advocacies in the world. And they will label it as isa lang yan sa napakarami. So why will I take part? So the thing is that in making these people, these cynical people, think better and focus more on the relevance and nobility of the SDGs. Let's educate, because problems will always be there. Problems will always be the hurdle in the achievement of the goals. However, we should always make sure that we educate them, tell them, let them be aware, and make things visible.
Kung muling mabubuhay ang comics, ang mga kabataan ay inihiling natin na magbasa sila at himaying mabuti ang mga mensahe ng comics. Tandaan natin, maraming mga sa henerasyong ito ay humusay sa pagsasalita ng
Breaking like a percolator. Hold to the yard, that's a nice break. Where am I? Lumingon ako ni walang paalam. Under the white clouds, my dream is ready to fulfill. Spend a lifetime in human land, rumbling round green lushes above.
Ikaw ang mahal ko, ikaw ang mahal ko, tunay na tunay. Ang puso ko'y dapat sa pagsikaw. Araw ng tunog ay ang awit ng tubig. Sa batis ng pag-ibig, binibigkas ng bukid.
Maria, coming mom. And every single bully harass me on the streets. Laugh at me, don't call me names. Don't get your pleasure from my pain. In God's eye, gumagawa ng masama. Ang Pilipinas, ang puso mo'y pinanahabag.
Manahama, hangun tamakapyan nun, hasta ta mga kasayan nun.
Me from Zimbabwe is an ancient instrument called the mbira. And I'd like to ask Cecile to come and present this gift from Zimbabwe on behalf of all the artists in Zimbabwe, myself and the Ndede Arts Trust. Thank you so much for having us.
We can bridge really some kind of pathway where we can connect, link Asia with Africa, Asia as the spine first here in the Philippines, and Africa, of course, through this film in Ghana.
We believe that cinema is the bridge that connects different cultures together as one. And admittedly, we have not done anything yet to connect with Africa, even Latin America. And I hope that this is going to be a start for us to have film festivals that we can do to introduce Philippines and our cinema.
So what we try to do is intersperse this nucleus of a theater play with all the social, political, and other commentaries on vestiges of modern slavery, because we have slavery even today, literally all over the world, including even in Europe. View of the Black Lives Matter, to examine the harm which racial discrimination causes across the globe, and then to see whether it is actually possible to have some sort of catharsis and some sort of reconciliation.
It's not going to be about the film anymore, but about our perception and your reactions to the film.
It's a representation of what's really happening also, not just in Ghana, not just in Africa, but all over the world.
We are the change that we want to be.
We're very happy that this presentation from Ghana came out. Our people were very interested to find out the very painful history that they've gone through.
And I'm very pleased to say that my organization, together with the African Parliamentary Union and African and European Cultural Parliament, is developing a program on culture and art as a tool for peace in Africa. because many of the young people are recruited into terrorism because the society doesn't have anything to give them.
They lack the information. You know, it's important that government can make things happen. These performances are blended. Most of them that you will see are live, but we have also joined in a number of countries that have sent their special panorama of their own concern for SDGs, applying arts and technology. We
I hope someday you will join us and the word can be as one, and the word can be as one.
তোমার ভয় বাজে হৃদয় মাঝে হৃদয় হরণী আজ দুঃখের রাতে সুখের স্রোতে ভাষাও ধরণী তোমার ভয় বাজে হৃদয় মাঝে হৃদয় হরণী ভগবা তোমায় দেখে দেখে আঁখি না ফেরে তোমার দুয়ার আজি খুলে গেছে সোনার মন্দিরে ভগবা আজ বাংলাদেশের হৃদয় হতে কখন আপনি তুমি এই অপরূপ রূপে বাহির হলে জননী ওগোমা তোমায় দেখে দেখে আঁখি না ফেরে তোমার দুয়ার আজি খুলে গেছে সোনার মন্দিরে ওগোমা
neto. Deus te abençoe, meu filho. Como é que você tá? Peço a Deus que você esteja com saúde, viu? Um beijo, um abraço. A gente te ama, eu também. Mas foi muito bom lá na casa do chefe de dar. E a avó tá aqui, viu? Aqui tá tudo bem, graças a Deus. Isso é muito bom que acontecesse, mas tudo depende do Senhor Jesus e a vontade da pessoa. Ei, meu filho, 1000 não, mas 300.000 soldados é mais ainda.
Mighty, happy birthday to you. Of course we had the cake, but we had something even better. Baba Takunda kan. Baba Takunda. Baba Takunda. Baba Takunda, no! No, Baba Takunda. No.
কোন বনেতে জানিনে ফুল গন্ধে এমন করে আকুল, কোন গগনে ওঠে রে চাঁদ এমন হাসি হেসে, আঁখি মেলে তোমার আলো প্রথম আমার চোখ জুড়ালো, ওই আলোতেই নয়ন রেখে মুদব নয়ন শেষে।
আজি বাংলাদেশের হৃদয় হতে কখন আপনি তুমি এই অপরূপ রূপে বাহির হলে জননী। আজি বাংলাদেশের হৃদয় হতে কখন আপনি তুমি এই অপরূপ রূপে বাহির হলে জননী। ওগো মা তোমায় দেখে দেখে আঁখি না ফেরে, তোমার দুয়ার আজি খুলে গেছে সোনার মন্দিরে। ওগো মা ডান হাতে তোর খড়গ জলে বাহাত করে শঙ্কা হরণ, ডান হাতে তোর খড়গ জলে বাহাত করে শঙ্কা হরণ, দুই নয়নে স্নেহের হাসি ললাট নেত্র আগুন বরণ। ওগো মা তোমার কি মূরতি আজি দেখি রে, তোমার দুয়ার আজি খুলে গেছে সোনার মন্দিরে। ওগো মা তোমার মুক্ত কেশের পুঞ্জ মেঘে লুকায় শনি, তোমার আঁচল জলে আকাশ তলে রুদ্র বসনি। তোমার মুক্ত কেশের পুঞ্জ মেঘে লুকায় শনি, তোমার আঁচল জলে আকাশ তলে রুদ্র বসনি। ওগো মা তোমায় দেখে দেখে আঁখি না ফেরে, তোমার দুয়ার আজি খুলে গেছে সোনার মন্দিরে। ওগো মা যখন অনাদরে চাইনি মুখে ভেবেছিলেম দুঃখিনী মা, আছে ভাঙা ঘরে একলা পড়ে দুঃখের বোঝে নাই কোসীমা। যখন অনাদরে চাইনি মুখে ভেবেছিলেম দুঃখিনী মা, আছে ভাঙা ঘরে একলা পড়ে দুঃখের বোঝে নাই কোসীমা। কোথায় কোথা সে তোর দরিদ্র বেশ, কোথা সে তোর মলিন হাসি, কোথা সে তোর দরিদ্র বেশ, কোথা সে তোর মলিন হাসি, আকাশে আর ছড়িয়ে গেল ওই চরণের দীপ্তি রাশি। আজ দুঃখের রাতে সুখের স্রোতে ভাষাও ধরণী, তোমার অভয় বাজে হৃদয় মাঝে হৃদয় হরণী। আজ দুঃখের রাতে সুখের স্রোতে ভাষাও ধরণী, তোমার অভয় বাজে হৃদয় মাঝে হৃদয় হরণী। ভগবা তোমায় দেখে দেখে আঁখি না ফেরে, তোমার দুয়ার আজি খুলে গেছে সোনার মন্দিরে। ভগবা আজ বাংলাদেশের হৃদয় হতে কখন আপনি, তুমি এই অপরূপ রূপে বাহির হলে জননী। ভগমা তোমায় দেখে দেখে আঁখি না ফেরে, তোমার দুয়ার আজি খুলে গেছে সোনার মন্দিরে। ভগমা
At this juncture, let us all witness a women's monologue.
Uncle, you are going through a lot of trouble for no good reason. You must know I will do it all over again tonight. I will try and bury my brother. I owe it to him. Those who are unburied wander eternally without rest. Rebel? Traitor? He was my brother!
Hindi na si Dati niyo! Sinaktan niyo ko tayo sa gabi! Magtatay ka totoo na yun! Hindi ba si Tawa na?
Tinapol ko itatang Marigina nakalubek. Araro da nga nalubek kang baryomi. Hinyan alalehan da nga tolay. Ngayon nahana Marcelo Barrientos. Leader kanuyo isa nga rebelde. Kinihida ngano araro kuno kanang kambalay mi sumusuporta kami kuno kang NPA.
Utawa naman! Anawa naman!
Di mo niya lalaman. Ako'y may asawa. Siya yung iyong ama. Sa buong daigdigay, pinakamaganda
Pinakamayaman, tapat na suminta. Pinakamalambing sa lahat-lahat na. Pinakadakila. At siya na nga ang anak ng lahat ng langit at haring talaga ng buhay. Kalayaan ang pamagat niya. Ay sumasaloy-soy ang takbo ng dugo!
Katulad mo ay si Huli, na aliping bayad utang katulad mo ay si Sisa, binaliw ng kahirapan. Ang lahat mong kayamanay, sabay-sabay na naubos. Ang lahat mong kalayaay, sabay-sabay na natapos.
There's knocking at the gate. Come to bed. To bed. To bed. What is done cannot be undone. Cannot be undone.
Anak, paano ko babangon sa umaga? Kung alam kong nagpakamatay ka para itigil ang sakit. Samantalang sa araw-araw na ginawa ng Diyos, narito ako at hindi ko napansin yon. Ngayon binigyan mo ko ng pagkakataon para ituwid ang lahat. Kumbinsihin kang patuloy na mabuhay at hindi ko magawa. Paano ko naman haharapin ang aking sarili?
Diyan sila pumapasok. Iniluluwa at isinusuka ng mga simbahan, mga kabaret, mga sinehan. Ngayon natutulog sila. Nananaginip. Kung ano-anong mga mukha, kung ano-anong mga ngipin, kung ano-anong mga ngiti. Mga ngipin na nakasabit sa mga estribo. Hindi nila alam kung ano nangyayari.
To discuss the Manila Platform of Action with global participation, let's all welcome Cecile Guidote Alvarez, President Emeritus of International Theater Institute, Philippine Center.
Technology fails. All the efforts of our artists are being shown. There will still be more. It's been very difficult for our technical team to gather everything and edit, but as you know, artists cannot be restricted by any kind of obstacle. And we're here to present to our partners the effort of all the participants, both virtual and actual in person, for their contributions to develop a platform for action for SDGs, effective communications, inclusive values, lifelong learning, so that we can fulfill our commitment, not just a promise, but to actually do it, fulfill the SDGs 2030 agenda. So we will be having this given to our partners, but briefly I'll call our associate, Victor Siebeck, to give you a perspective from all continents, what we have gathered as their suggestions from their experience, for their dreams, for our hopes, so that culture is really considered an essential ingredient for development.
Thank you, Cecile. We obviously, when we contemplated this important event, wanted also to leave a legacy. We wanted to leave not simply some sort of pious wishes for the future, but actually proposals for concrete action, which is based on each of the 17 Sustainable Development Goals and also on geographical regions. We have proposals for the Middle East, for South and Central America, for Africa, and we have done it together with all our different partners. So I would just like to say that you can see this rather long document on our website, SDG Manila Info.
And we'd like to call on our partners here so that we can provide the draft platform of action. Basically, we all have concurred that we have gathered together to face the crisis using as a dynamic instrument techno-arts strategy for not just effective communications, for creative empowerment, for generating creative industries. As you have seen in the many cultural caregiving workshops for marginalized groups. So may we call on DepEd. We have Miss Cecilia Mendiola from DepEd to receive it for the Office of DepEd Partnerships led by Yusek Tonacito Omali.
In behalf of Department of Education, we'd like to thank you for this platform of the SDGs. We thank you and we enjoy all the performance since the beginning. Thank you to our delegates, and especially to the group of Ma'am Shirley Halili Cruz, NCCA, and Ma'am Marichu Tiliano.
Actually, the next that we will call, you must have seen some samples of our synergy, creative improvisations, collaboration. You saw Pooja from Bangladesh, and you think she was assisted by Bangladeshi dancers. No, they're Filipino dancers that were coordinated through Shirley. So may we call Deputy Executive Director Marichu Teliano for our transmittal of this platform of action with NCCA's help and UNESCO as our patron. We hope the dream of building a creative army of artists, teachers, communicators, scientists, sports people can really be a conscientizing force for peace, for climate justice, and for health and sustainable development. Thank you.
So in behalf of the National Commission for Culture and the Arts, we are gracefully accepting the challenge of being able to contribute for the realization of the 17 development goals. Currently, the NCCA is working with UNESCO with the thematic indicators, wherein we will have like statistical evidence of how culture can really contribute into the mainstreaming in the development at all levels. So we hope we would be able to be contributing as an agency relevant to this program. Thank you po, Ma'am Cecile.
Thank you, Ichu, and to the leadership of NCCA and all of its secretariat staff that has been very cooperative. Also, we would like to call on UNACOM. This is the special unit or division of DFA together with UNIO, so that we can transmit this, and through, as you saw the message of Secretary Locsin, we hope for the official transmission to UNESCO Paris. So we have here with us, of course, Freddy Blanco, who has been designated to accept this from the UNACOM director who's abroad.
Yes, good evening, ma'am. In behalf of the UNESCO National Commission of the Philippines, I respectfully accept this platform for action. And of course, we would like to express our gratitude to Ma'am Cecile for inviting us to this event, and our heartfelt congratulations for the success of all of these activities. Thank you. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Freddie, and please tell that to your chief. Also, we would like to take this opportunity for the good news of announcing the winners of the ITI International Playwrights Forum that is co-chaired by Anton Juan and August Andong, with Tanya Lopez as secretary. The Philippine ITI 6 years ago at UNESCO in Paris, and at the climate change conference where the Paris Accord was, well, completed, we had the winner of the playwriting contest of the Philippine Center that was organized at that time by also another great playwright of the Philippines, Dr. Isagani Cruz. And the winner was Slovenia, who received $5,000 from the United Nations Disaster Risk Center and Operations of the United Nations. We'd like to give you the names from every region that was selected by the Board of Judges. All right. From Africa and the Arab region, the winner is from Nigeria, Red Earth, and the playwright is Osinaki Exema. From Latin America and the Caribbean, the winner is from Argentina with the play Un Tiro al Aire, written by Leticia Arbelo. And from Asia, the winner is from the Philippines, written by Belinda Rios, Boomerang. From the United States and Europe, we have the play The Survival, and the playwright is Achiro Patricia Allwash. The grand prize was given to Boomerang, and we just want to explain, Anton wanted me to tell you to make sure that you know that the judges, there was no Philippine judge that judged Asia. The judges came from different regions, so there's no favoritism. It was through merit, everyone that was selected, and it is to promote emerging playwrights. So, thank you and our congratulations. Eventually, you will be hearing this plays broadcast on DZRH Radyo Balintataw.
And to give us a very special number, please welcome theater playwright, director, and actress Nazareth Vasquez in collaboration with the Philippine UNESCO Artist for Peace, Earth Savers. Choreographed by Gigi Velarde, directed by Cecile Guidote Alvarez.
Also involve our artists, especially from Thailand, Prapaktorn Konmuang. I'm sorry because, to be honest, I'm legally blind, so you see I'm really having a hard time. And we also have from joining in this creative encounter from Indonesia, our artists, as well as from Zimbabwe. Please see their appeal. They had to work in Spanish, a little bit in English.
Once again, Ms. Nazareth Vasquez and the Earth Savers.
Yes, and our blind keyboardist and arranger is Rico del Rosario.
Adiós, patria adorada, región del sol querida, perla del mar de oriente, nuestro perdido Edén. A darte voy alegre la triste mustia vida, si fuera más brillante, más fresca, más florida, también por ti la diera por tu bien. En campos de batalla, luchando con delirio, otros te dan sus vidas, sin dudas, sin pesar. El sitio nada importa, ciprés, laurel o lirio, cadalso o campo abierto, combate o cruel martirio. Lo mismo es si lo piden la patria y lugar.
Ora por cuantos murieron sin ventura, por cuantos padecieron tormentos sin igual, por nuestras pobres madres que gritan con amargura, por huérfanos y por viudas, por presos con tortura, por orar y por ti, para que veas tu rendición final y cuando en noche oscura te envuelvan, cuando estemos velando allí y no encuentres tu reposo, no turbes su misterio.
Mi patria idolatrada, dolor de mis dolores, querida Filipina, hoy el postrer adiós, allí te debo todo, mis padres, mis amores, voy dando no hay esclavos, verdugo y opresores, donde la fe no mata, donde el que reina es Dios. Adiós, queridos seres, morir es descansar. ¡Fuego!
Aling pag-ibig ba?
Pag-ibig pa
Ang higit kaya sa pagkadalisay at pagkadakila gaya ng pag-ibig sa tinubuang lupa. Aling pag-ibig ba?
Pag-ibig pa
Wala na nga, wala. Wala na nga, wala. Tulungan niya ako! Tulungan niyo! Help! Please! Help me! We're in the middle of the war! I'm a child. I'm a child of war. I lost my sight, my innocence and happiness. I know. When can you feel my pain? When will concern begin? When will the killings come to end? We're too young to learn to hate, but we are learning from the wars our fathers made. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace
every step I take. Let this be my soul and vow to take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Oh, let there be peace on earth and let it begin with
Paz. Paz es lo que deseamos todos, en España y en todas partes del mundo. Paz es amor, paz es libertad, libertad de pensamiento, libertad de encontrar los desaparecidos en cada país. Paz es un no a la guerra, paz es estar unidos ahora, más que nunca, desde todos los países, y poder pedir lo que necesitamos, que es estar tranquilos, que es estar calmados, que es poder tener lo necesario a nuestros familiares. Para mí todo eso es paz, y paz somos todos.
Thank you, and we'd like to acknowledge our Jose Rizal, who is none other than Jerry Aguilar, all the way from Bohol, casting, sining, actor, director, engineer. So thank you, and thank you to our other artists from other continents that joined this encounter for peace. Ceasefire is our mantra.
We are citizens of this one planet, one people, and we have one mandate. Save Mother Earth. Make it a better world.
Magbabaya. 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 Panday si Manila, hindi si Maniloko.
Make it a better world. 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 Make it a better
People,
Mga tao,
katauhan,
mga tao,
mga kamay nila
sa iyong mga
nakasalalay ang kinabukasan.
ilang makamutang kaugmao.
Mga tao,
katauhan,
people, mga tao,
katauhan, planet,
mundo,
kalibutan,
mundo, mundo,
kalibutan,
A beautiful place to live in.
kaaya-ayang tahanan ng lahat. Mundo,
kalibutan,
mundo,
kalibutan, planet,
mundo, hinagpis at kahirapan.
people love the earth, yet they're the ones destroying it.
Mahal ng tao ang mundo, ngunit sila rin ang sumisira dito.
Pollution. Pollution! Degradation of the forest. Pagsira ng kagubatan. Deadly industrial waste. Basurang nakakalunason. Carbon footprints. Nakasusulasok na bakas ng karbon. Poisoning of the waters. Paglalason ng katubigan. War. Kaguluhan. There is always hope behind hardships.
Sa kabila ng hinagpis at paghihirap, may pag-asang matatamo.
May kaugmaon sa tanang panghitabo.
Peace! Kapayapaan! Kapayapaan!
Kalinaw, 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 kalinaw.
Peace on earth and on humanity, gladness is felt.
Kapayapaan ng mundo at
Kalinaw.
sangkatauhan, dalay kasiyahan.
Kalinaw.
Kapayapaan.
Kalinaw.
Peace. Kapayapaan.
Kalinaw.
Prosperity!
Kasaganahan.
Prosperity!
Kasaganahan.
Prosperity!
Kasaganahan.
Prosperity is the outgrowth of helping one another and sharing resources.
Kasaganahan ay bunga ng pagtutulungan.
Magtinabangay.
Prosperity.
Kasaganahan.
Prosperity.
Kasaganahan.
Unlad.
Partnership.
Pagkakaugnay.
Tinabangay.
Partnership.
Pagkakaugnay at
Partnership will make all these goodness sustainable. Sa pagkakaugnay, lahat ng layunin ay matutupad. The Philippines welcomes all the countries to be our collaborators.
ang Pilipinas ay malungkot na tinatanggap ang lahat ng representante ng buong bansa.
I am calling all of you to join us on stage. And this time, our guests will do something that we will imitate what they will be doing or be saying.
Sharing.
Brazil. Mr. Jefferson D. Arao Fagundes.
Gihanyo na ako ang tanan. I'd like everybody to clap like this. Pak, 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 pak. Kundere ko ang karimbale. Ha, uy ang katumbale. Magdara-dara ka. Piso, piso. Ay, dalak, Brazil. Kay iluluwas kay Indayanon.
South Korea.
Dachunde,
Miss Aryum
Dachunde. Nasaan na ang mga kamay ninyo? Ituloy lang in mga kamay. Hey, Korea! Andere ko ang karimbale. Hauyan katumbale. Magdara-dara ka. Piso, piso.
Thailand.
Daw bugas,
Miss Parapasorn
bugas.
Kum
Kay
Muang.
iluluwas kay Indayanan. Sino yung gustong sumayaw? Di na lahat tayo sumayaw at tumayo. Hey, konderi ko ang karimbale. Ha, uyan katumbale. Magdara-dara ka. Piso, piso. Daw bugas,
Bangladesh.
bugas.
Sri Monte Singupta
Yo, 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 yo.
Puja.
Where is she?
Bangladesh.
Bangladesh. Okay.
Indonesia.
Indonesia.
Mr. Agong Gunawan.
Kayong dalawa. Kunderi ko ang karimbale. Ha, uyan katumbale. Magdara-dara ka. Piso, piso.
Spain.
Daw bugas, bugas. Kay iluluwas kay
Nazareth
Indayano.
Vasquez Anton.
Nazareth! Hey! Por favor, por favor, por favor. Yeah! Yeah! Ha! O yan, katumbale. Magdara-dara
India.
ka. Piso, piso.
Swati
bugas,
Simha.
bugas, diretso. Kay iluluwas kay Indayanon. Dajunde,
Zimbabwe.
Dajunde.
Mrs. Gertrude Vimbaye Fumayaramba.
Zimbabwe! Kundere ko ang karimbale. Ha, uyan katumbale. You can all join. magdara-dara ka. Pisa, daw bugas,
Zimbabwe.
bugas, Zimbabwe, kay iluluwat.
Mr.
Indayano.
Tawanda Fumayaramba.
Dajunde, dajunde.
Ho!
Yung dalawa pa. Hey, Zimbabwe! Kundere ko ang karimbale. Ha, uyan katumbale.
Hey, hey.
Dara-dara ka.
Cambodia.
Piso. Daw bugas.
Makarabin.
Kay iluluwas nandito na si Cambodia. Hey! Cambodia! Kundere. Freestyle. Hey! Dajonde. Kundere ko ang karimbale. Naku, kauyan katumbale.
Japan.
Dajonde.
Peruko Nagai.
Dajonde. Woo! Yeah.
Hey.
Ay, yeah. Ay, yeah.
India. Swati Simha.
Kundere ko ang karimbali. India. Ha, oyan katumbali. Dajunde, India.
Bangladesh.
India.
Srimunte Singupta Puja.
Kalagyan ko ikaw. Kalagyan ko turo.
Everybody, let's give them a warm round of applause.
Thailand.
Let's make this world a better place to live in. Make it a better world.
Make it a better world.
Okay, everybody, all together, join us in saying this mantra. Okay, in 3, 2, 1.
Make it a better world. Make it a better world. Make it a better world. Make it a better world.
Okay,
Make it a better world.
Okay, one last time. Let's do it very, very loud. And 3, 2, 1.
Make it a better world. Make it a better world.
Make it a better world.
Make it a better world.
Make it a
better
world. Woo! Everyone, make it a better world.
Thank you to all of our artists from the Philippines as well from different continents. It was a sharing moment and it should be a sign of the possibilities for kinship and global citizenship. So let's have a photo op for all of them. And this sharing session was under the direction of Frank Rivera assisted by Plapla. And the opening prayer song was undertaken by Gardi Labad, chairman of the Music Theater Committee. While Frank Rivera is vice president of the ITI and chairman of the NEEP committee. And of course, our strong support from the dance committee of the Philippine ITI, chaired by Shirley Halili Cruz, and Gigi Velarde as her secretary committee. No, stay there and have a picture with everybody. Oh, yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. Hello. Oh, everybody is leaving. I was about to say something. Everybody is leaving. That's not fair. Okay, actually, on behalf of all the delegates, I would like to... Can we have the delegates here? Yeah, on behalf of all the delegates, we almost have become a family in these few days. We're going to miss each other a lot. So we all would like to thank Ms. Cecile, Mr. Victor. We would like to thank NCCA, FDA, UNESCO, and all other esteemed organizations who have organized this beautiful event. Actually, we are artists. What is art? Do we ask ourselves, what is art? What do we buy when we buy a CD? What do we buy when we buy a ticket for a musical? Do we buy the musical? Do we buy music when we buy a CD? No, we only pay for the plastic. The music that is contained in the CD is priceless. And what is the music actually? When somebody is singing and someone is listening, that moment, the connection that is created, that is music. That is the power of art. So me and we all delegates, on behalf of all the artists from different parts of the world, we would like to convey the message that art should be always free from propaganda. Art should be free from all sort of propaganda. If an artist is raising his voice, that voice has to be neutral. It cannot be biased. If we are raising our voice for war, it has to be for all the wars that has occurred in the history of the world. It has to be for the Pakistani armies who had merciless killing in my country in 1971. It has to be for the First World War. It has to be for the Second World War, not just one single war. That is the message from all the artists from all over the world. Art should be free from propaganda. Art cannot be propaganda. It cannot be advertisement. It is art, pure art. Thank you very much.
This concludes the Manila SDG event Cross-Cultural Presentation Night. Company direction of Roderick Alo and Tanghalang Banyuhay Incorporated. Documentation and technical team headed by CJ Andaluz and Pixel Art. International Secretariat Leonilo Agustin, Sonny Valencia, Susan Claudio, Jordi Season, and Marie Suyat. Overall direction, Cecile Guidote Alvarez. Good night, everyone, and have a blessed night.
We'd also like to thank Joey Lina, the ITI president, who has assisted us with his staff here in Manila Hotel. Again, to all of our colleagues, we're glad to have the PETA family in one table. Because most of those who were involved are all PETA-based, all PETA-trained anyway. So again, thank you to our international delegates. Where's my thigh? She was so good, my thigh. So, no, can we have a picture with the PETA? Frank and everybody else. Uy, salamat ha.